Hi everyone. I'm very excited to see so many people here at the Design Systems Hackathon. I'd like to begin with a big thank you to Sylvia for inviting me here today to speak a few words. My name is Mike and I'm a creative technologist. I've spent most of my career at the intersection of design, technology and business while running a digital agency. But currently I'm building a product in the design ops space which we hope to release later this year. And as the slide mentions, I'm going to talk a bit about AI and how AI could help us in the area of design systems design and hopefully make design a little bit more fun in some of the areas. For today, I'll start with some context on today's talk. Then I'll talk a little bit about AI in other areas or design or similar areas of design. And then I will discuss some of my thoughts on how we could approach design system design more efficient. Today's hackathon is focused on design systems, so I'm going to make the assumption that the majority of the people here are design system professionals or at least aspiring to work on design systems. I've been working on systemizing design systems for many years now, but I think we all agree that over the past 3 to 5, 6, maybe 7 years, technological advancements have really changed the way we approach digital design. And specifically, how we design systems. So apart from tools like Sketch, Figma, we have radically changed the way we structure design. And one of the most exciting developments here for me has been the concept of design tokens. And as Jan briefly mentioned earlier, we now have the ability to use design tokens directly in the design process using the Figma Tokens plugin. I've been an active user and contributor of the plugin for the last almost 2 years now, and I think the possibilities of using design tokens in design are extremely exciting. That all said, I think the process of building design systems, component libraries is still an extremely laborious process. There are many manual repetitive tasks, so quite often when we come to the execution of it, work isn't all that fun or all that exciting. So coming to the goal of what I would like to achieve, the question I have is, can we take advantage of what AI has to offer today and use some of that to improve the quality of life of design system designers so that we can focus more time on the problem at hand and spend less time on execution? How do we do that? Well, there really isn't one answer, I think. The possibilities today seem almost infinite, but I think a good place to start is to take a look at how we can make design more efficient. Before I reference a few examples of AI used in different areas of design, I thought this was an interesting definition of design. A definition of AI. Artificial intelligence is the broader concept of machines being able to carry out tasks in a way that we would consider smart. And some of the important characteristics of AI that would be useful to us is that it mimics humans while saving hopefully a lot of time by taking otherwise manual tasks and executing them in a much quicker way than humans could generally do. So one of the first design-related industries where I have seen a huge value is the area of industrial design and manufacturing. With the help of generative design, designers have been able to focus on the problem and have AI-driven software generate hundreds or sometimes thousands of design solutions to a particular problem. This is generally done by providing the software with a set of rules, constraints such as dimensions, the required strength of materials, and other things. And that is then taken by an AI which generates many possible solutions, often surprising ones that are very unlikely to be actually created by humans. And we see a lot of real life applications of this, especially in architecture and engineering, but also in automotive, aerospace, and industrial machinery. And actually, what really excites me is how some of these concepts could be applied to digital product design as well. And since today's focus is on design systems, I want to briefly highlight a few examples that are more relevant to us today. One of the interesting examples that I recently found is the concept of visual attention, and especially how AI can now predict visual attention with extremely high accuracy. So in this example, the AI analyzes a design file and shows us an eye tracking heat map, which earlier was only possible through actual user testing. And for that, we required pretty advanced equipment. We had to have users present for the testing. But now we can evaluate and iteratively optimize our designs without needing either of those. And apart from, for example, heat maps, what it does for you, it predicts, for example, how likely the user is to look at a certain area of the screen, or it even shows you what is the most likely gaze sequence in which the user will scan the page. Another inspiring example is the Airbnb proof of concept, where they convert wireframes directly to code. So the AI is trained to match low fidelity wireframes to available components in the component library and assemble those in a logical way. And then I'll just quickly show a short video that demonstrates this. So as you can see here on the right, the wireframe is presented to the camera, and on the left we can see that the AI is actually building the components in real time. And I think in the same way we could imagine an AI helping us to convert wireframes to high fidelity mockups and prototypes in Figma, using our design system component library, for example, as a reference. And while I would love to show numerous examples of sophisticated AI in design, I'd like to showcase one last example that isn't design related, but which I think is very relevant for us. Github recently launched an AI called CoPilot. And what CoPilot does is it uses context and comments to figure out what code you're about to write. And while doing that, it comes up with amazingly accurate code completions, but often it also spits out entire functions, which can save a ton of time, of course, if you're a developer. It's still in beta, but while using it over the last couple of months, it sparked an idea that a very similar approach could be applied in the design process as well. So what I'm showing here is an example of GitHub CoPilot at work, where I've written a couple of comments, and I'm just accepting all the suggestions over here. So you can just read along, I suppose. And I'm just adding some of the suggestions, and I'm checking it in the browser, and you can see that quite effortlessly it's creating these suggestions, and with almost no work, with just a couple of comments, I'm able to create quite an interesting piece of code over here. So now what we have is a working example where I type a color in the box, in this case orange. We can try red as well, and it just updates the page. So some thoughts on the how, where I want to give some thoughts on one of the many possibilities where automation and AI could assist us in making the design process a lot more efficient. And I'm going to use a familiar component, which is the button. So I think all of us have designed a button before, and how this generally works. We create a base button, then we have to duplicate that a number of times, and to create all the different variants. And after creating all these variants, we have to recomponentize all those, give them naming, and then combine them as variants. And by the time we're done with that, ideally we should be ending up with something that looks like this. If we have a button with many different variants and component options or variant options, then this can become quite a large set of options. So what we end up with generally is a component with a bunch of variants and properties with options. And what we generally try to do, so on the left side I'm showing the component API in Figma, and what we generally try to do is to reflect the same component API in the code for some consistency. So while this is all great, making changes and adding new variants is still a huge job and not always all that much fun. So how can we make changes a bit more manageable? One of the ways, one step towards making these changes a bit more manageable is by using design tokens in your components, in your design. For example, using the Figma tokens plugin that Jan showed us earlier. And a next level of optimization could be adding granular tokens for each component and all its variants. And I think a great example of this is the design system created by Adobe, which is called Spectrum, which has extremely granular tokens and which has been a great inspiration to us. So the good thing about this is that now changes become quite a breeze because we can update changes very easily. But the bad thing about it is that setting up these granular tokens takes tons of time because there are lots of them. So if you haven't used design tokens or Figma tokens, this may look a bit confusing, but I'll be happy to explain this in more detail during the hackathon. For this example, I have removed all the tokens from the first variant on the left top in this component, and in this video I will reapply them to briefly showcase how we could define and apply granular tokens. So on the you can see here that we have the core tokens, the semantic layer, and the button specific tokens. And I'm starting by applying the border to this token. So I'm going to apply the border color to the border. And of course, I will need to apply the border radius as well as a border width. And now we can see the border appear. And after this, I am left with applying the paddings. So I apply the individual paddings on the left, right, top and bottom. And if we repeat this process for all the variants, which are already done in this example, we now have a granularly tokenized component, and which we now can update through the plugin or through JSON in a very similar way of how we would update CSS. And for this, I'm just jumping into an example again. Back to code for a bit. And here I want to show how CoPilot basically effortlessly can suggest and implement, for example, new variant classes and also dynamically generate these token names. So on the left, I'm having the base code of a component with a set of props, such as the variant, and which is by default a call to action over here, a button size, and some other props, such as whether it's disabled, it has an icon in the start or an icon in the end, or whether it's loading. And on the right side, we have the matching styles, which are very similar to the tokens we could define. For example, here I have the sizes, right, which are classes that get applied based on the props. And now if I press enter over here, you can see that CoPilot is automatically suggesting me after XL to add an XXL size. And what it does as well, it generates new tokens for me with language that is matching. So let's try the same thing, for example, for another variant. The first variant that I have here is a call to action. And let's try to make a destructive variant, for example, for this button. So as soon as I type destructive, you can see that it generates immediately a code block which has the matching token names applied here. That makes life obviously a lot easier. So in short, when we look at code, when we're creating a component, the first thing we would do is define the properties, similar to the component API or the variant API in Figma. Then we define visual changes for the props, right? For example, through CSS classes. And then we have to provide some rules, right? What happens when a prop changes? So what if we could follow a similar process in design and basically turn the design process around a bit? So what I imagine is we have part of that as inputs, right? So we first design the component API. We provide some rules for each of these props. And of course, we will need to suggest some visual hierarchy, right? How should the component be structured in Figma? And then what if we could have a piece of automation that would generate a headless component. And with a headless component, basically, I mean a component that has all the definitions in terms of tokens defined, but that does not have styles yet, that we still have to do. So how could this work? We could have a plugin, right, that takes a component API inputs as well as the desired visual structure that we prefer, then have some automation run, which will generate all the variants in Figma, including component-based design tokens for each variant, which will basically leave us with a headless component, to which we can now apply token styles, right, very easily, or we already have the tokens in this case, but we now have to apply some values to these tokens. And then the next step could be, AI-aided design. There are still a lot of repetitive tasks left, and this is where AI could come in, and I imagine something similar to the CoPilot AI. So what could be a possible workflow? One thing that we would probably need is a template, right? So we could design a template component, and then based on that component, run the plugin. Then the plugin could analyze the component, and based on the structure of the component, it could suggest us all the relevant tokens that would need to be applied. And this could be done based on some intelligence, but also based on naming convention or any other method. And then we would need to define some rules, right? So what tokens or layers should change, right? For example, when we change the props in the variant, what needs to happen? Do we need to change the style? Do we need to change, for example, the visibility of the layer, like an icon, for example? And then based on that, the plugin could generate a fully tokenized component grid with all the possible variants based on the props and those rules. And this is still, of course, a piece of automation, but what I would like to think about is, once we have this in place, how can AI help us to really speed up work? And that's where I'm thinking back to the Github CoPilot example. For example, when we add a new variant, right, we now have already a grid that is set up with many definitions of styles applied, how the component looks basically and all the different variations. And what if we add a new variant? Could an AI figure out that what are all the changes that would need to be made based on some of the changes we do? So for example, when we are changing styles to one of the variants or one of the variants in a new variant set, could the AI figure out for us what would be all the other variants to update? Well, I think this is something we can talk about, and I'm aware that I have covered a large subject in very little time, but I hope this idea has inspired some of you, and I would love to work on this idea over the next 24 hours, so please reach out if you're interested to work on this. That leaves me to thank all of you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on Slack. I'm there on the Into Design Systems Slack channel. My name is Kamminga again, and my Twitter handle is Kamminga as well.